How would you describe like the challenge of a team like implementing so much new talent in mid-season, especially what you guys been dealing with in recent weeks?
Well, first of all, I mean, we had a great practice today. It looks like they, established themselves within what we were trying to do pretty much right away. But yeah, it's tough. I only know what it's like trying to get implemented into a team from a couple of years back, coming here off of a buyout. So, you come to a new city, you have to get used to it. But the organization, I know from firsthand, has been, really gracious. I'm grateful for them just bringing me in, being patient, but obviously knowing that we have some work to do. We look at the standings. We know that, we're a few games back from home court, but, we just need to start from what? I think we have 31 or 32 games back, 32 games, 25 and 25. So we start putting in the work now. 3 games before the break, kind of recalibrate, and then we know how it goes from there.
Obviously, with Jimmy going to Golden State, new players coming in, trade deadline in the past now, just have to do it kind of to get things kind of maybe more back to normal around the team.
Yeah, it feels nice to turn the page. I mean, myself being close to Jimmy, obviously I wish him the best, but it's nice just to have levity here. Guys are coming in, refreshed. Even with Golden State, they get that new blood in there. Us as well. It definitely feels good, and it was palpable today. It felt good to get these guys in and see different lineups. See them out there now putting in work. It brings another great layer to the locker room as well.
And with you and Andrew having been traded for each other, a decade ago, what's that full circle moment like? It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's great. We were laughing, gave him a big hug, and he's a guy. I think it was like maybe after his rookie year, 18 months in. I know that people want to make the narrative when guys get traded for each other, and it becomes part of the business. But I just told him, hey man, we'll always be connected. Let's remember that it's an elite fraternity and it's a brotherhood. So, having this come full circle is, has been fun. So I've been a fan of him from the jump. I told him I'm going to celebrate him throughout his career. Obviously hated that he won with Golden State, but, outside of that, he's a guy that just works hard. My wife's Canadian, he's Canadian. So he just had a baby a few weeks back. I'm having a baby sometime soon. So, we have a lot to catch up on, and it'll be fun.
What's it like acclimating with the Heat in comparison to other teams for these new players?
Yeah, I think it's. This organization. I just know from my experience, they brought me in and made sure that I was accommodated from day one. Obviously, it's different. I've had a relationship with Andy Ellisberg earlier in my career. Obviously, Coach Riley from. Back in the day, having played with my dad, having played with him, I should say. Then just having a relationship with the Harrison. So it was a little bit easier for me to accommodate, as well as, knowing Miami well. But for these guys, I think it's on us, a collective us, to make sure that, their feet, they're settled as soon as they feet hit the ground. And, we'll just go from there. But we're going to try to catch them up to speed as soon as we can. Yeah, TBD on that, but certainly like that whole, a lot of people like to call it a saga, but the last, 6 weeks, it was really since the scuffle. I'm not going to call it a fight, the scuffle in Houston, where I just wanted to bring, again, that levity to the locker room. Thought it was fun, and art imitates life, right? Like, there was so many, clips that were applicable, and, these guys all loved it and appreciated it, because at the end of the day, it was, whether it was us on the road or at home, we just wanted to be together. And I think now turning the page on that, it makes it a lot easier.
I know it's only been one practice, but what have you seen from David Davion, what he can provide defensively?
Yeah, just in watching his career, I know that a guy that picks up 94 feet, always talking about a guy being a Heat guy. He's very much fits that mold. But, you saw it today. He was shooting the ball. He was driving downhill. He was bullying guys on the defensive end. So he's going to add a lot to our group, and that adds just a whole nother level of a player that adds to our depth, and it's a luxury to have a guy like that.
You acknowledged earlier this season, like the challenge you guys like losing close games and such, and that's been happening again the last few weeks. Like, what do you think is going to be most vital for you guys to close out games stronger in conference standings?
Yeah, I think good teams understand when crucial points in the game are. I think that there's times where teams go on runs, or you get on an 8-0 run and you get up, maybe 6, 8, 10 points, double digits, which we have done, and let games slip in the fourth quarter. So there's only so much that Spo can do to slow momentum and make adjustments. Like, we have to go out there and be accountable for each other. So I think it's certainly on us now, but I think that those layers and being able to add and implement these new guys into what we're doing, allows us to get over the hump within those games. And we got to do our work early and take care of business when that time comes, because we've had some games slip away in the fourth quarter. More than outside of our character and who we are. So we have to fix that these last 32.
What's the hardest adjustment as teammates and as new players on the team joining mid-season from your experience?
Again, it's just catching them up to speed and wanting them to be unapologetically themselves and understand what we want to get done out there. So it's on all of us. At least for me, I think it's a big part of my role is to do that as the elder statesman, and if we have quiet guys, I'm gonna make them sing. So I'm gonna get the best out of them. I'm gonna have their personality shine and show, and hoping that calms them and translates on the floor.
Most importantly, what are you looking forward to the most tonight? The Super Bowl, the actual game, or the Kendrick Lamar halftime show?
I want to see what Kendrick's doing for sure. For a couple of reasons, I love Mahomes, obviously, celebrate greatness, although I love my people from PA and from Philly, so I'm a little bit torn. But on top of that, again, I'm a Travis Kelce fan. I love the Kelce brothers. Again, they're Cleveland guys. He always supported the Cavs when I was there 8.5 years, so have much appreciation and love and respect for him. And on top of that, I'd love to see Coach Riley get paid, again, so he can take us out, buy us some fine wine, and he relaxes his shoulders a little bit. He deserves it.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks.
Having to acclimate three guys who know how to play, but obviously don't understand all that goes into what happens here. What is that? How do you fast track that so they're ready to play tomorrow? Captain,
Let me go first. I didn't know you was talking to me at all, All-Star. I mean, obviously we all know they can hoop, so it's not hard for them to get acclimated. It's just, for us, it's just letting them understand how the standard is here, And obviously it's a great opportunity for us, fresh start, and looking forward to having them in the lineup and looking forward to contribute to the win.
How do you guys show the standard?
When we go through practice, obviously we don't practice like everybody else. We don't go about preparation like everybody else, so they understand it when they get in, shooting around, practice, film session. You understand that it's a different type of vibe and intensity.
For you guys, how do you let those guys shine their personalities as they become, the new guys, and try not to be awkward about it?
I mean, we're all human. At the end of the day, we're all human. We all have a job to do, but also, I feel like this team is very down to earth. We welcome them with open arms, and I feel like they're gonna acclimate great with us.
Are you guys excited for all the size and length they bring? Is that gonna make your lives easier? Oh, that was pause. Yeah.
No, I'm laughing at him, not you. It's just funny because ain't nobody else asking no questions. But I mean, obviously, Cal is tall. Wig is tall. All three of them play defense, so obviously we're looking forward to starting this process like we really want to start on the defensive end, and obviously we know we're one of those coaches that really buy into that.
How do you feel like guys like?
Oh, now you want to say something?
Keon and Andrew will fit defensively what you guys do and all the different schemes you guys like to use.
So is it still me or is it? Okay. There you go.
No, I feel like obviously with Bam and Khalil out there in the starting unit, having Wiggs implemented in, he can guard the ball, he can play off the ball and guard, helps our defense. And then obviously Davion, his on-ball presence, and even Kyle, he's a long defender. So just bringing them into the mix of what we are doing, I think it'll be real easy to implement them into our defensive system, and that's kind of where we hang our hat.
Tyler Williams was talking about how, that's not 100% the same, but there's some similarities between Golden State and how they run their offense, and how Steph and Draymond and you and Bam run it. Do you feel like maybe the fit won't be as hard for him maybe as compared to other people?
Yeah, I think Wiggs, he's a basketball player.
He's a champion.
He's a champion. He's a basketball player. He's played at a high level on multiple different teams. He knows how to play, and we do as well. So we'll get him comfortable with the ball on that side, and I think defensively, just like I said, he's able to impact that side so naturally. So it'll be easy.
Is there some kind of respect that he's pretty much comparing or implying that he's comparing you to Steph in the way that this offense sort of runs? Is that sort of a game style that you've been trying to maybe replicate or mimic?
A little bit. We'll see how it is.
And most importantly, for tonight, you guys are more excited to watch the Super Bowl, like the game itself, or Hendrick's halftime show?
Ooh.
Neither.
We understand what's going to happen in the halftime show. I feel like the song has to get played at this point. I feel like, and that's what everybody's waiting for, just for the song to start. But for the Super Bowl, it's going to be a good battle. I'm looking forward to, obviously, Kansas City striving to get a three-peat, and then Jalen Hurts striving to get his first one. So, it's both. I'm in the middle, and whoever wins, man, go Chiefs, go Birds.
We want the Chiefs to win, though. So Pat can get his three-peat.
Yeah, he take us out to a nice dinner.
Take us out there. We might get some new accessories or something. So hopefully the Chiefs win.
Tyler, you stoked for the three-point contest? You think you're gonna win?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Definitely excited to compete and amongst a great group of shooters. So we'll see what happens.
Remember what happened to the last three-point shooter we had?
Man, you debuted the A1s last night. How comfortable were they?
Man, 10 out of 10, top tier. Obviously it's a blessing to be able to do that, and I feel like when the shoe drops in May, I feel like it's gonna sell out right away.
Obviously, first practice with the new players, new additions. How was the practice? How were they? Obviously, trying to get fitted with the team.
Yeah, especially at this time of year, it was a great spark. Give our practice a different kind of jolt. We feel like we need that, right now going into this home stretch, 32 games. Like the energy, it felt like a good old Miami Heat practice.
How much are you already envisioning how guys like Davion and Andrew could help on the defensive?
Yeah, quite a bit. We've been able to build some pretty good habits. Being top 10, it's not where we want to be. We feel like that there's, some gaps we needed to fill, including consistency. Just doing what we already do, but do it better. But the gaps that they potentially can fill, I think, are bigger X moves, for us. And we saw it even just in practice today, the type of versatility and speed, quickness, length, toughness, that they can bring. I think that'll help.
I know Steph and Draymond are obviously unique, but there's some similarities between the two offenses with Tyler and Bam. Do you feel like that transition might be helped just because of similarities with Wiggins?
Yeah, I think potentially. There's some similar concepts, even though there's enough things that are different. But some of the off-ball movement, some of the motion, some of the five-man, actions probably help him feel a little bit familiar. But also him just being a veteran. He's played for a lot of different coaches. He's played for some really good teams. He's had different roles in different systems. I think that helps build overall IQ, that kind of veteran experience.
I know it's not a direct comp, but looking at Kyle and Jaime, what kind of mentor do you think he could be for him? Similar spots and stuff. What do you think that he can kind of take away from Kyle?
And we have a lot of UCLA guys now, huh? I think, he'll give them probably some deeper level of thought, which is what we try to instill, every single day, but it's way more impactful when comes from a player, where you can talk about the subtle nuances, not just the first layer of a concept, but I mentioned the other day, Kyle, really brings a second, third, fourth, fifth layer of thought on both sides of the floor. He's ahead of what's going on. I think that'll help our overall team, and I'm sure the UCLA connection, that will help Jaime have a supremely open-minded, ness to that. But I think Kyle can probably help, even, more of the guys, all the young guys, with that kind of thought, professionalism, communication.
Coach, does it feel like a sigh of relief with the trade deadline over? You guys here, you guys are getting ready to play out more than just before?
I'm sure it does for everybody, even if guys aren't just mentioning it outright. There's a little bit of an unknown. For us, it was 6-8 weeks of not having full clarity, but I think that helped our team develop some grit. Even though our record isn't where we want it to be, it could have been a lot worse. You go through a lot of circumstances like that. I've seen a lot of teams just fall apart. So we were able to develop some grit that I really like when you have those opportunities during a regular season. But now there's clarity. There's good energy in the gym. Like I said, I think it was a different kind of jolt, at this time of year. And we'll see how it plays out on the wood.
You spoke about addressing gaps with these new guys, specifically Davion's coming in, and he's kind of a guy who fill in the role that Drew Smith's injury has kind of created that void. How do you feel about having a point of attack defender like that?
Yeah, and I don't want to just compare them. I know I made that comment the other night. I want to be open-minded to what else D. Mitch can do, and really be disruptive, really be somebody that can not only be a point of attack defender, but somebody that can help get teams out of what they want to do, which is what we want to do essentially with our defense. I want to see how his defense can impact the other four guys. So I want to see it, and I want to him to show us as much as anything.
What do you enjoy the most about having a challenge to unlock a player's next level for you guys and just elevating their play?
In general with this team, I love the challenge. I love the challenge of even the last 6 weeks. I really enjoyed that. I hadn't been in a circumstance like that as a head coach, and it doesn't show with the record. But like I said, it could have been a whole lot worse. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoy coaching this team. It's an ambitious group. This group has, the right intentions. They have big thoughts. So I want to honor that, and prepare this team to play at its highest level. Certainly higher levels than we're playing right now, and that's not only the young players who want to drive them to a higher level. I think we're seeing that with the young guys. Now it's about consistency with them, but also the vets. Can we get our vets, to be at a 2x, 3x, 4x better level than where they are right now? And we want to pour into our guys as a coaching staff and see if we can help drive improvement.
Have you started to envision some of the half-court offensive sets that you can run, like pistol actions or horn sets with the new players because of the ball handling?
Yeah, but I want to keep it, pretty simple early on, and just play off of a flow. Get these guys as comfortable as possible, as quickly as we can, and then, hopefully add at an appropriate level. That's the balance, and I hope I can find that balance. But I want them playing aggressive, playing free, being who they are, and complementing and hopefully adding on, to everybody else.
Bouncing off that, with such a quick turnaround, what do you expect to see from Anthony?
Yeah, we'll find out. I wish we could start tonight, but we'll be able to watch some high-level competition tonight. Do a quick prep. And there's nothing like having Boston come to town.
know that maybe you're not rooting for someone, but
Oh, I'm rooting for somebody.
if the Chiefs
I'm rooting
win-
for somebody. No, you don't have to finish that sentence. I want a big ass party if the Chiefs win. See if we can get some of those kickbacks from Pat. I know he'll bring out the best wine, and hopefully have a great, organizational party on behalf of the great Pat Riley. That'd be fun. All right. Thank you.